Court calls case number 21-207-0068, Ashley Plantz versus Justin J. Plantz. This is Mr. Plantz's motion regarding custody and other matters. The parties are present. Pro se, would you both please raise your right hands?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this case is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do.
Thank you. You may put your hands down. Ms. Schultz, what is the current status of the custody order relative to the parties?
Your Honor, the parties are granted, Ms. Plantz is granted sole legal and sole physical custody according to the judgment of the courts that entered on February 17th of 2022. Parenting time pursuant to that same order is granted to Mr. Plantz on alternate weekends and holidays pursuant to the 2016 Huron County Friends of the Court parenting time schedule, except that weekends are Friday at 6 and Sunday.
Thank you. Mr. Plantz, why do you believe that custody should be visited here?
Because her boyfriend is very abusive to her, and they're around my kids, and I'm very concerned about my kids.
I did notice in your motion that there was a judgment of sentence attached indicating that on April 4th of this year, a Brandon Keith Cressel, Cressel, pled to second domestic violence second in the district court here in County, and at that time it appears that the defendant in that case was sentenced, amongst other things, to 24 days in jail, 24 days credit. What specific firsthand information do you have regarding this, other than this clearly a conviction, that would indicate that there's issues relative to children, that they may be in harm?
I do have papers from my apartment complex. I do have from the police department, and I do have CPS.
All right, so Child Protective Services, you claim is involved?
Yes,
In what way?
because of Brandon.
Did Child Protective Services remove, there's just
There's two.
two children?
Yes,
Did Child Protective Services remove the children from mom's care?
no, they did.
Do you have any firsthand knowledge, not what someone may have told you, do you have any firsthand knowledge of the children observing this or in earshot of it, anything like that?
Yes, in the papers, I do have for the CPS workers, we're talking to them, and in here they're saying,
Well, that's hearsay, but do you have any firsthand knowledge that you yourself are aware of the children being basically exposed to this?
yes, we were talking at one point, me and Ashley, and I was around and everything like that. And I have seen them to fight many times before. And
Describe what you would say defining fight.
the only time that I saw them is with the events when he went to jail. As I was right next to him, they were in the vehicle, and I saw Brandon just start punching Ashley in the face, and we're the ones that called the police on him.
Oh, so you saw it firsthand?
Yes.
That's what you're alleging.
Yes,
Were the children around it?
no, they wasn't. They were at school.
And that's the primary concern?
Yes,
Anything else?
just, the violence going around in the house. And I don't know, because I'm not there, if the kids are safe or not when he's there.
Do you know whether or not this individual is, other than a dating relationship, is there any marriage or anything between Ms. Plantz and this individual, or are they just in a dating relationship?
They're dating.
Ms. Plantz, do you have a response?
I have loads of response, but I didn't want to take up everybody's time because I was trying to gather up information and foolproof evidence that he is not being 100% honest. For one, I had troubles getting a lawyer because nobody is taking child custody cases right now. So that's another issue. Also, if you need any, because of the issues with Justin and Nicole, because I've also had issues with Nicole,
Who's Nicole?
His girlfriend.
Okay,
But,
this is not your motion.
right,
His motion.
I'm trying to explain what's going on. But I do have, because of him, I have to have surveillance cameras. Not only outside my door, but I have to have them inside due to the false calls he's made to the police.
Okay, but you heard what Mr. Plant stated a moment ago regarding, he claims he observed and called police relative to you being assaulted by this individual. Do you acknowledge that or do you not deny that?
I understand what he's saying, but that is,
No, I didn't ask whether you understood, but is that what
it's
happened?
not true, no.
It's not true?
No, and I did tell the cops that day, what exactly happened, and Justin convinced the cops so much that they don't even believe me,
Okay, but
so.
this individual pled guilty to domestic violence second in the district court.
Because the cops told him there were surveillance cameras, so he wasn't sure if he should agree to it or not, so. But no further evidence was even pulled. The cops wouldn't listen to me that day, and they haven't for a couple years now. So I've never heard from Justin or anybody else about their concerns about the children.
How old are the children?
9 and 7. And there's also some other things going on that has nothing to do with Brandon, which I'm trying to get more paperwork or something. But we are all, because of Justin, we are all having to take counseling now due to all the trauma he's caused me, and I am seeking CPS.
There was a no contact order that was issued in that criminal case.
It was lifted, sir.
No, I understand that, but there was a no contact order ordered originally, correct?
For Brandon, or?
Yes.
Yes, for
And it
these
was
24
lifted.
days.
It appears it was lifted on April 4th.
Yes,
How many days did you say that this no contact order was in effect?
it was for the 24 days from the time he got arrested, from I believe it was March 11th. All we did was just pull into the driveway, and then Justin was attacking our door, but he told the cops something totally different.
You have anything else, sir?
But if you need any, like, for example, any counseling paperwork or anything of that sort of nature, I can get it for you. But I've also had problems at work due to Justin. Him and his girlfriend's been calling my works.
Okay, well, again, that's
Causing that issue.
because you didn't file a motion, but this Mr. Kressel individual, the place that you live at, is that in your name or is it in his name?
Well, I'm on the lease.
Okay,
I'm the lease. I don't own the house or
No.
rent
sure.
or building. We are fixing to move due to also Justin and Nicole. That's another reason why we have to move. He's trying to get us evicted and causing
Who's trying to
quite
get you
often. Huh?
Who's trying to get you evicted?
Justin and Nicole.
I've heard enough on this.
If you need proof, I
Excuse
can.
me, miss. The issue before the court is whether there's proper cause or change of circumstance that would warrant a review of the custody factors in this case. The plaintiff in this case has sole legal and sole physical custody of the minor children. father has parenting time on alternate weekends and alternate holidays. That's pursuant to the previous judgment back in February of 2022. The allegation here is domestic violence, where the petitioner, in this case, Mr. Plant, says he saw it, called 911, individual was arrested, and the court records indicate he was subsequently convicted of domestic violence second. Plaintiff's position is that, oh, nothing happened. There was nothing, police played sides, I'm not sure, but that's the gist of it. Fortunately, the children were not present at the time. However, at this point, I don't know how this may or may not affect the children. Do you see anything going on regarding the effects of the children relative to this individual being around?
Yes, I do.
What have you seen personally?
When I get him on the weekends, my son and my daughter are always telling me that.
I don't want you to say what may have been said, but do you believe that based upon this alleged behavior that it's affecting the children?
Yes, I do.
In what way, other than what they're telling you? Do
Um,
you see things? How they act?
Yes, how they act and everything like that.
Okay, how do they act?
They both don't know how to control their emotions. With their anger, they're doing it violently with their anger. I've seen it multiple times, and I had to calm them down with their anxiety and everything like that.
How long has Mr. Kressel been in the picture?
Almost about a year.
When did the behavior you believe change for the children?
A little bit after the half of the year, like going on
About 6 months?
about 6 months, yeah.
Yes, go ahead. Give me the other response.
I'm not sure how to address this, Your Honor, without an issue. But that is the kids have been telling me things as well. So that's another reason why it's a good idea to keep them continuing in counseling. Because they're going through some stuff, but it has nothing to do with me and Brandon. I don't have the proof of that right now, other than like I said, I've had surveillance cameras here, but I do have a usually weekly, she's booked for this week coming up. But point being, I do have an ongoing worker, and on top of that, I do have a CPS ongoing worker coming in, so she can verify that the kids are in good hands, etc.
Is there a safety plan in place? Did the Department Child Protective Services issue a safety plan?
I'm not sure. I believe so, but they said part of a good thought was to have the surveillance cameras around and keep going to counseling and continue to do what I'm doing. But they told me it would take if I went up to the welfare office to get all the records, because even before Brandon showed up, we've had issues with CPS that had nothing to do with me, but it's been going on off and on throughout the years. But point being, they told me it was going to take up to 30 days just to get all those records. So I've been trying to get out to the welfare office. My worker told me that I can not do it by, like, for example, online. I have to physically be in that building. So trying to level everything out has been extremely stressful on me, Your Honor. I've been trying to gather up all the evidence and proof for you, but I don't have too much other than, like I said, I've had to put surveillance cameras up and then get the kids not only in the school counseling, but outside services. We all go to care of the list to seek counseling. And I think they said it may take a while for a psychological review, but, my littlest one is, doing, a type of testing at the school, to see if there's any learning issues, et cetera. So there's a lot of other stuff continuing,
A lot of moving parts. is what-
right. So I'm not sure though,
Well, this is what the court's going to do at this point. I'm having a difficult time, honestly, Ms. Plants, believing your statement regarding this alleged domestic violence didn't happen. Because not only did Mr. Kressel plead guilty to domestic violence second, but he was represented by an attorney. Attorneys have ethical obligations. They can't plead clients guilty to criminal offenses that they didn't do, because you're put under oath and you have to swear to tell the truth. So when a plea is entered, for instance, they place the person under oath and the person states what they did or didn't do. Clearly, Mr. Kressel did that.
we had to take both had to take the plea deal because there was no other options.
Oh, there's a right to a trial. That's the option. But this is what the court is going to do in the interim. The court finds that there's a change in circumstance. One of the factors in the child custody analysis is any alleged domestic violence either occurring between the parties or with parties involved. Here, the allegation is domestic violence of an individual, of mother in this case. Now, minor children were not present. Fortunately, they were in school. But under the circumstances, that's a concern of the court.
What about,
Court, excuse me, Miss. Court finds a change in circumstance will order the friend of the court to do a friend of the court investigation regarding custody, parenting time, as well as support. In addition, based upon the allegations contained within the petition so far and the subsequent conviction of Mr. Kressel, court is going to order that Mr. Kressel is off limits to the minor children. He is not to be in or around the children in any way, shape, or form while this matter is pending.
Your
To
Honor,
ensure the safety of the children.
so even the surveillance cameras are not gonna help?
I don't have any surveillance cameras to look at right now. There's nothing before the court. I'm looking at the information provided to the court.
What about the time he pushed me, him?
File a motion. You have
Okay.
the right to do that.
So how can I go about doing that?
I can't provide you any legal advice, miss, but I would strongly encourage you to either speak with an attorney or their legal aid centers. that
So
have
since
certain-
Brandon lives with me and we have no proof this didn't happen, then what am I to do? Because Justin's been trying to sabotage every single relationship I've had since we separated.
I'm not going to get into that. All I know is what's before the court right now, and that is my order while this matters. I'm concerned about the children. That's my number one concern. You're both free to go.
So what does that mean? Does that mean I've never had this happen to me before, so
Mr. Kressel is off limits to minor children.
is that all?
Prior orders will remain in effect.
Do I
The friend of the
still get to
court
have
office-
my children?
The friend of the court office will send a packet that needs to be completed and returned to us. We'll set up interviews and there will be an investigation.
Prior orders remain in effect. We still have custody. Nothing has changed.